Welcome back to part 3 of the Style Creator series for beginners. In this video, I'll be taking a quick look at the assembly section within Style Creator. In parts 1 and 2, I covered the basic and recording channel section. Whilst the assembly section is fairly straightforward to learn, it doesn't do any harm to familiarise yourself with the other sections as there can be some degree of crossover. The assembly section basically allows us to take parts from a style of our choosing and insert them into the style that we're currently creating. So to open up Style Creator, it's either Menu, Menu 2, then Style Creator, or if you've set up your keyboard to use assignable buttons, then it's just one click of whichever button you've assigned to open up Style Creator. This page should now be looking more familiar if you've had time to practice the first two sections. To open up the Assembly section, it's just a press of the Assembly tab, and in front of you, you should see a screen similar to this. You'll see for this page that we still have some of the information shown in the top bar, like we did when using the basic or recording channel, and we can still see the metronome. More importantly, we have our save option. It's important to save our styles whenever we make changes that we want to keep. It's so easy to get carried away making lots of changes, then forget to save all the hard work that we've just done. Plus, if you make a series of mistakes and you struggle to get things back to where they were, if you've created a save point, then you can always use that to come back to where you were before all the mistakes were made. From the assembly section, there isn't a lot of information on the page to overload us, and whilst it is easy to make mistakes here, it's fairly straightforward to use. On the left hand side, we have the list of 8 channels for the style and variation we've selected. A lit channel indicates something is recorded to that channel. So if I switch between the different variations, you'll see the information changing within the assembly box. It's important to look what variation you currently have selected too, because it is very easy to swap out channels, and if you swap something on a wrong channel by mistake, then you'll have created the extra work to put everything back to how it was previous. You have the option here to switch the channels on and off, which can make it easier to hear the changes you've made. And it goes without saying that if you can't get the channel to light up, then there isn't a recording on that channel. The next 3 columns show where the channel will read its information from. So we can see that the rhythm 1 is blanked out because it has nothing recorded to that channel yet. But for rhythm 2 of the style that we're using, it's telling us that this channel is reading its information from the style Unplugged Ballad Main Variation A and the rhythm channel too. Whilst at first this may seem obvious, that's because we haven't changed anything yet on this style. But if we click on Unplugged Ballad and click Chart Dance Pop, change the next window to Main Variation D and leave Rhythm 2 window as it is, then this now says that the style we're using, which is listed at the top of the screen, will play the Rhythm 2 Main D section from Chart Dance Pop on the Rhythm 2 channel. And we can now hear the difference that this change has made. Now you can of course just play around and select and change things at random. But note that sometimes you might try swapping out variations and nothing happens, i.e. the channel window here doesn't light up. This is likely due to the fact that the variation you've just chosen has nothing recorded to it. Although there are 8 channels available within a style, it's often the case that not all 8 are utilised at once. Now, something to be aware of, you can have hours of fun experimenting, swapping out different segments of styles and coming up with something unique, but it's also handy when creating your own styles from scratch. Say for instance you want to create a style with a simple drum beat on variation A, and you want to keep that similar feel across different variations. You can use assembly to simply copy the variation to whatever variations you want to. But as easy as all this sounds, there is something you need to be aware of when making the changes, and that's the pattern length. To understand this in the easiest way possible, I find a practical example can help. And it's also a nice little recap of parts 1 and 2. I'll open up Style Creator and create a style from scratch by pressing Initialize. I'll leave everything as it is on the basic section, apart from the pattern length, which I'll change to 4, and I'll adjust the tempo to 200 just to speed things up a little. On Record Channel in Rhythm 2, I'll select Gospel Ad-libs from page 6.
1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm going to record 1 to bar 1, 2 to bar 2, 3 to bar 3, and 4 to bar 4 like this.
One, 2, 3, 4.
When I play it back, it plays back as expected.
3, 4.
So let's say I want to copy this now to variation B. All I have to do is press on variation B, press assembly, then on the Rhythm 2 selection, select copy from main A. When I play things back, it sounds like this.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1.
Not quite how I wanted it to sound. If I look at the basic tab, pattern length was set at 1, but my main variation here was set at 4. So it's just copied the first bar across, and that's obviously not what I wanted. I'll change the pattern length to 4 and I'll press play.
One, two, one, two, one.
That still hasn't fixed it because the assembly copy took place before I made the change to the pattern length. So basically I've got to repeat the entire copying process.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Now I try not to involve other sections of the Style Creator too much when focusing on a particular section for each part of the beginner series. But on this occasion I think it's worth covering it because it sort of rounds up the assembly section quite nicely. So let's say for variation C, I want to record a similar channel, but this time I want the numbers 1 to 8. I'll select Gospel Ad-libs again. And this time I create a pattern length of 8.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
It plays just as expected. I have main variation A playing 1, 2, 3, 4. I have main variation B playing 1, 2, 3, 4. And I have main variation C playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'd like main variation B to play 5, 6, 7, 8 instead of 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'd like to keep a pattern length of 4. One option I have is to copy main variation C, which was the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, to main variation B and use the bar copy function inside the channel edit section to copy just the 5, 6, 7, 8 part of the recording. Because main variation B has a pattern length of 4 and main variation C has a pattern length of 8, I'll first need to change the pattern length on main variation B to 8. Otherwise, I'll just end up with 1, 2, 3, 4. Then in the assembly section, I just copy the relevant part from main C. When I press play, I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 playing over a pattern length of 8 bars.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I only want a pattern length of 4 bars, but if I change that now, it'll just play the first 4 bars, and I'll end up with just the 1, 2, 3, 4 playing. What I can do is switch to channel edit and click on bar copy. Now I need to double check that my target channel is set to the correct channel, which it is, so I'm good to go. In bar copy, I can select the bars that I want to copy from the bars that I have selected, which in this case is main variation B, and that, if you remember, has 8 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Source top is the first part of the bar that I want to copy. Source last is the last bar I want to copy, and destination is where I want to place that selection. So, as I want the channel to play 5, 6, 7, 8, I'll select source top as bar 5, source last as bar 8, and I want the destination to be the first bar. So what will happen is it'll look at bars 5, 6, 7, 8 and then place them at bar 1, and hopefully I'll end up with a pattern that plays 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8.
5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8.
When I press play, you'll notice that it works, but I still have the 8 bar repeating pattern and not 4. So Style Creator is playing 5, 6, 7, 8 on bars 1 to 4 just as we programmed it to do so, and it's playing the remaining 5, 6, 7, 8 that we left untouched. If I go back into the basic section and change pattern length to 4, this will remove bars 5 to 8 and keep the first 4. And as you'll hear, that works perfectly.
5, 6, 7, 8. 5.
And that's sort of it for the basics of the assembly section.
1, 2, 3, 4.
In parts 4 and 5, I'll be going over the channel edit and SFF edit sections. These two, in my opinion, are the hardest to digest, but having a good understanding of parts 1 to 3 will really help to understand the channel edit and SFF sections much easier. Being familiar with the basic recording channel and assembly section is certainly enough to get anyone started on the journey to creating a style within Style Creator. But the next couple of sections is where a lot of the magic is made, so it's really worth taking some time to learn them.
4.